What's up, my loves? It's your girl Diamond, and I'm back with my only review of Love Marriage Huntsville. As y'all can see, I did not review last week's episode because last week's episode pissed me off to no end, especially Tisha. She is a child, okay? Give her a juice cup, give her a Rice Krispie, and send her on to the kitty table. It's time for a nap, because that's what she needs, a fucking nap. The fact that y'all are restarting this season like a newborn season, and it's not a new season. This isn't season 11. This is the continuation of season 10. And Tisha is going to get on my fucking nerves with her acting like a damn child, demanding loyalty from everybody when she's not giving it to nobody else. And using her feelings as an excuse to act on her behavior and assuming that everybody's supposed to just move accordingly and apologize for their actions when it's been her. Don't have time for it. Because we continue on with them questioning Destiny as to why she got out of the car when they went to the vineyard. And Tisha in her brain assumed that it was her taking Nell's side, but that's not explaining anything. Her switching cars had nothing to do with taking Nell's side. Her switching cars because she didn't want to hear you bitch and moan with wanting an apology from Nell, all because Nell said, keep her name out of your fucking mouth. Keep my business out of your fucking mouth. You felt so mad about that when you've been talking about Nell this entire time. Need I remind you, you spent almost the entire first half of the season constantly questioning her about why she left LA, what was going on with Lance, and how he had a baby on Destiny. You telling Destiny that Nell wasn't being a good friend to her because she knew about the baby the whole time. Like, shit like that. You sicking your mama on her. Like, shit like that is what I just don't fucking like. The childish behavior from this woman, this grown-ass woman who can't handle a simple conversation, can't hold herself accountable, can't do shit but fucking cry and play victim. I really cannot. And then Destiny was asking Tisha, what did I say? What did I do to make you feel that way? Tisha said she don't know what she said. She can't remember what she said, but she knows how it made her feel. That is fucking bullshit. That's not enough to go on. I can't go off on your feelings when I don't know when you felt them. The fuck out of here. Like, Tisha is really pissing me the fuck off, and she really thinks she can't get touched. As far as like getting called out, getting her ass handed to her, you're not the queen bee, bitch. You're not. Here go Kimmy, backing her up, giving her the excuse that she has a reason to feel some type of way, but you can't even explain why she feels some type of way. And you adding in, did you tell Nell how she was wrong for saying those things about Tisha? That she needs to be worried about her situation? The fuck we bringing that up for? And Destiny was like, did I say that she was wrong? Did you say that she was right? No, I said that she was wrong. But here's my thing with you, Destiny. You were wrong for going back and telling Tisha what Nell said. Even though Nell stood on what she said, you carried the bone. And that's my issue. Destiny carried the bone between the two of them. And I think she needs to stop. Tisha, you accepted all of the information that Destiny gave you, but you wanted for her to defend you on your behalf. Why? You're a grown-ass woman. It's something that was said that you didn't like. Address it to Nell. Why do you want Destiny to address it for you? Fuck out of here with that shit. And Kimmy, you're still in your feelings because Nell was giving you that same energy when you threatened to throw her in the pool. You don't have no other issue of not liking Nell other than Tisha not liking Nell. Like, petty as hell. It's all dumb. I don't know what y'all expecting from Destiny. You wanted her to tell you that Nell was wrong the entire time when she wasn't wrong the entire time. The things that y'all have been doing to Nell have not been cool. Y'all gained up on her for no reason. And Tisha is smiling because this is a gang up moment. This is what she wanted to happen. And Destiny can recognize the gang up. She can recognize y'all going back and forth, questioning and demanding what she needs to be apologetic for, but y'all not giving her an explanation for it. Like, Kimmy and Tisha have never fully been accountable for the things that they said and done while being in this group. And I'm fucking over it. And here go Tisha talking about, well, I now know who I need to put in a certain box. So Destiny is like, so what's the label on my box? Don't trust that hoe. Now, she said it, she smiled, but she meant it. She wasn't joking like she's trying to say. Then she reveals that Marceau said a friend to everyone is a friend to nobody. But then Destiny was like, oh, well, Marceau was cool with everybody, which is a fact. As much as you want to call out Destiny for not cutting off a friendship, neither did Martell. Oops, sorry, neither did Marceau. The fuck out of here with that shit. So she's all about, I'm big on loyalty, and you're friends with people that I don't like, that don't like me. And that has nothing to do with you. The friendship she has with Nell is not going to affect the friendship she had with you. Like, you really want her to just not fool with Nell, but you can't say that because that's going to make you look fucking ridiculous. The same shit I did to Mel. Constantly went back and forth about Mel. And now Destiny is in the position that she put Mel in. She's in the position she put Nell in. Of having to be questioned, having to be iced out. Like, y'all both made a common friendship. Y'all have both decided to link up and be friends off of your disdain and hate for Mel. Because y'all couldn't get back to her good graces because y'all didn't want to be accountable for what y'all did in the relationship. So now you want to be sure you're not receiving that same treatment. So you want to keep on treating everybody else like this because you don't want it to happen to you. Yeah, it's not cool when you play dirty. You get caught up. And Tisha's getting caught up with the way she's handling things because she's never going to have real friendship with anybody if she plays games like this. There are going to be a lot of people that you aren't going to be cool with that is cool with who you're cool with. And that is the game of life, okay? And to be honest, Tisha, I don't even know you know how to be a good friend. Because any moment you're around a group of women, you show envy. You show jealousy. And you look for cracks. You look for holes. Because you assume that they have such a happy, perfect life. And it don't make sense why they have that and you don't have that. Don't have it. That's the reason why. Because whenever somebody turns it around on you and call you out on the things that you're doing, you play victim. And this is what she's doing right now. She's crying because that's her goal. Whenever she can't get her way by using her words because her words don't mean nothing, she cries. Destiny ends up crying. Destiny ends up hugging her. It's all cap and bullshit. Talking about I gotta be aware of other people's actions and move accordingly. Folks gotta do the same shit with you, Kimmy, because you don't move like a real friend. You move like a snake. All right? You don't know how to be encouraging. You don't know how to be supportive. You're too busy making fun of it. You're too busy criticizing it. So in the end, I guess they moved on because it don't look like it, but she revealed she found her siblings and that she's going to go to Detroit and have a reunion. Tisha basically invites herself and said, do you need support? We'll go with you. Why? You just called her, don't trust that hoe. You said that she's a part of a box that's not trustable. You just put her in a box labeled don't trust that hoe. Meaning she's somebody that you don't want to be around, someone you can't trust. And you think inviting yourself onto a trip where she's meeting her half siblings is a good idea? Weird as hell. Weird as fuck. You want to go because you want more scenes. You want to go because you need screen time because you don't have a storyline, Tisha. And how you want to watch other people's actions. You're going to move forward. To me, you're never going to fully let go of how you feel. And you're going to look for an opportunity to still feel that same way. And I don't have time. And I'm moving on. Like, Tisha is ridiculous. She's a fucking child. So now we have Nell. Nell is heading to her daycare. And her daughter Kayla is acting program director for the time being. So she's checking in, making sure that Kayla can handle this kind of responsibility. And wants to know if she is handling too much, it's becoming overwhelming, let her know. But Kayla said, I got it, Mom, I'm good, keep on giving me more. So Nell really favors Kayla. That is her rock, okay? If she wanted to leave the daycare to anybody, she'll leave it to her. Because it sounds to me Kayla is the most responsible one out of her children. She's a more reliable one, you know what I'm saying? And there's always, you know, times like that when you have that one child that you can go to for anything, one you can trust with anything. So then we talk about why Nell has been so angry at Chris because he's been acting so laid back with everything since losing his license. It's put a lot of pressure and stress on her. Then we talk about Lance, how she's so disappointed in Lance. After everything she's done for him, he does not take the time out to be there for her as his mother. Kayla can recall that feeling because Nell is tired of keeping his daughter. Like she said, I love my grandbaby. I'm going to always watch my grandbaby, but I'm burnt out. Kayla has revealed there are times where Lance has asked Kayla to watch his daughter, And it's only because he wants to go to happy hour, he wants to have some time to do what he wants to do, and he don't pick up his kids when he said he's supposed to pick them up. Yeah, I would have an issue with that as well, and that's what Nell is saying. You cannot do that. Don't take advantage of the fact that I will watch my grandbaby, and don't lump your children onto your siblings, especially the one that don't have any kids right now. Don't do that. Like she was saying, like, I have a life. Everybody have a life. My life is not going to stop because you need a break from kids you decide to have, and I have to agree with that. Lance, you got 2 other kids, and I remember Nell had an interview with Carlos that you have a great relationship with those women and that the custody is good, so you got to worry about them. So what's going on with the custody of this brand new baby? Why is that you're doing everything on your own and you don't have the time to pick her up? You don't have the time to be there for her? Like, why you keep on dropping your baby off to your mother and your sister? Why? You need to find a nanny. Not Nell. That's not Nell's responsibility to make sure that your child is taken care of. That's your responsibility, not hers. I got an issue with that because, listen, my mom does that to me a lot, okay? She will watch her grandbabies like it's nobody's business. She loves her grandbabies. But I know that I cannot assume that my mother has the time to watch them, nor my sisters. They are not going to have the time to watch them because they have lives too. So I need to move accordingly and make sure that I don't always drop them off when I know I can figure it out. No matter if they say they can watch them, I don't want that to be their job. I don't want that to be their automatic go-to. And sometimes my mom catches me doing it for her. She don't want me to always jump in and be there for my sisters because she says I'm the mom. I can do it. I don't want you to have that responsibility to do it. So we both are recognizing how we can't take on too much, how we can't take over someone else's problem and make it our own. We recognize it, and I need Nell to recognize it and say no. I really do, because this is Nell's problem. Okay? She already has a lot going on. She says she's burnt out. You know, her father's living with her. Chris has lost his license. Majority of the money is going to come from the daycare that she did not want. So she apologized to Kayla that there are times when she's not as nice to her and if she puts a lot on her. But Kayla is accepting that. You know what I'm saying? I want to be there for you because I'm more like you than you realize. And it's a lot of reassurance that I think Nell definitely needed to hear because the way you're responding and acting is understandable. You are full of stress. There's no judgment. And Nell, you need to facilitate more boundaries, especially to Lance. I know that's your firstborn son. That's the son you've been through with everything, so I can completely understand that. But you are burnt out. You have no time for yourself. You need to make time for yourself. You really, really do. So with what she's dealing with Chris and everything, she needs to say, I don't have the time and the capacity for this. I got to figure out what I need to figure out, and I cannot add this to my plate. Because it's crazy that you're always complaining about how much you put on yourself, but nobody can give you that sympathy of you putting things on yourself purposefully. And then you just sit there and complain about how you got so much on your plate, but if you stop putting so much on your plate, you wouldn't be so burnt out. You have the choice to say no. Anyway, I'm moving on.
I think that's the.
All right, so.
Yeah. No, you right. It's still at
we got Destiny.
21:48.
She's heading over to Trisha's house
21:48
to talk about what took place between her, Kimmy, and Destiny. And what is so funny is Tisha made a joke that Destiny was going to go run and make it seem as if they ganged up on her. They made her feel some type of way. But in all actuality, that's exactly what y'all did. Y'all ganged up on her. Y'all made her feel a certain way. And now she is going to talk about it with a friend. Whoop-de-doo. So when she walked into Taco Tuesday, Kimmy and Tisha gave gang up energy, right? Just questioning her about how she behaved at the winery and asking them, what did I do? What did I say? They had no recollection. They said they couldn't remember. Okay, listening to Kimmy give her feedback as well as following behind Tisha's feelings in a matter. So it's kind of like, what are we doing? Now, Trish was just trying to hear her, but she was confused about how it got to that point. And then Destiny also added, while wondering what it is that I've done, what it is that I can fix and apologize for, she ended up telling me that she decided to put me into a box that I can't be trusted. So what are we doing here? So Trish was like, I think this all stemmed from when you got out the car. even when I got out the car, that should not have been an issue because we made it to the winery. We talked about it. I apologized. We moved on. Why is it an issue being brought back up again? And that is the question. If we had already talked about it, Destiny has already recognized the part that she played, why is it being brought up again? But so Trish, who can never see things from a neutral perspective, can never really have her own thought process of seeing things from different parties and give her opinion, she is going to follow the Scots mentality that everybody is the problem and that the Scots are right. So she is still trying to say that this could be something that Tisha could feel a way about, but it's also something that could easily be squashed, which is confusing. How is it that something Tisha could still feel a way about when it was already resolved? Then she also says she don't see these two women be the type of people that gang up on other people. To say that these people have high opinions and Tisha is just gonna get loud, Kimmy is gonna do the however. Trish, what are you smoking? Why are you trying to be cool with these women? What do they have on you? Like, these women are not your friends. So trying to be cool with them is gonna solidify you still being a part of this group. Why? What do they offer you? They don't offer you nothing. Child, from the first episode, Tisha was pretty much trying to gossip about your relationship, trying to let you know what was going on in your relationship, but yet she don't like it when somebody does it to her, and you didn't feel a way about it. And no matter how you slice it, Trish, Tisha and Kimmy have had that tendency to gang up on people. No matter how you try to explain it, when you got two people coming at one person, that is a gang up. It doesn't matter if one person is not as loud as the other one, but if that second person is constantly chiming in, constantly giving her 2 cents in a situation that has nothing to do with her, just to back up what the other person is saying, that's a gang up. All right? So then she talks about her siblings and that she's headed to meet them in Detroit. She was going to go by herself, but the Scott gang invited themselves. So Trish was questioning Destiny as if she didn't remember that she invited them. But I honestly feel like even in the flashback, I don't think Destiny was aware that she accepted their invite because she just told them that she found her siblings. And they just said, you want us to show support? We'll show support. Do you want us to go with you? It was like she was put on the spot to say yes. So I don't even think that is something that does need to be accountable for because at the end of the day, she just came from being gaslit, attacked, and interrogated. So she pretty much just accepted whatever was said. So then Trish decides to tell Destiny about her problems with Ken, how they've had a lot of rough patches, and it's been going on for the last 7 months. Destiny is just going to be a friend to Trish and listen to whatever it is that Trish tells her. Okay? She wants to keep her sanity by just accepting however Trish and Ken have navigated their relationship. She'll tell her that they have broken up. She'll tell her they have gotten back together. She'll tell her that Ken has moved out. And all Destiny's going to do is just, okay, girl, I hope you're okay about it. Okay, girl, I hope you're happy. I'm not about to lose my mind to keep on following this roller coaster of a relationship where it's never a clear indicator that this is a relationship. Like, y'all have been at odds ever since y'all been together. Because I feel like at the end of the day, this wasn't a relationship that Trish didn't need to be in, and I don't think she wants to be in. She got comfortable because Ken was there. He was providing financial stability. He was providing comfort. He was available to be there at that time when she needed somebody. So that's it. That's all. And Trish is still seeing Dr. Francis. She also has a group therapy appointment with both her and Ken to fix her relationship. Moving on. Excuse me. Tisha is at the Whitehall location where it's still not done, but they're going to do some real shots just to get the buzz going so that way people can know what is being built in the area and that when it is completed, they can find a buyer. Cool. So then Tisha mentions hanging out with Kimmy and Destiny at Taco Tuesday. And before Destiny came, she was talking to Kimmy about the Whitehall project and that she revealed that she had 2 residential brokers overseeing the project. And she said that Kimmy felt a way about it, because Kimmy was wondering, why didn't you think of me of overseeing the project? Now, Tisha said that she told Kimmy that I remember when I was getting my license and I thought about you getting your broker's license, I figured you can get yours as I get mine and we can go into business together. But Kimmy didn't want to do it at that time. She wasn't interested in doing it at that time. So right after Tisha got her license, Kimmy ended up getting her broker's license as well. So in Tisha's mind, she assumed that Kimmy just didn't want to work with her and she let it go. Turns out you didn't let it go. And I don't remember you mentioning anything like that in the scene, if it wasn't aired, if it was chopped. I don't recall you defending the fact that you remember way back when that she didn't want to get her broker's license at the time you got your real estate license. But even if that was the case, I think that's petty of you to hold on to that. Because it doesn't matter how long it's been. She's been a real estate broker for some time now. She has her own title company. It don't absolve you for throwing it in her face that you chose to hire 2 other women, other brokers, to oversee the house you're trying to buy. That's a slap in the face. After everything Kimmy has done to be part of this family, you couldn't think of adding her to that kind of opportunity, all because you felt that way back when she didn't want to work with me. And to be honest, I can see why nobody wants to work with you. You are too needy. You carry too much of expectation of people wanting to like you and wanting to work with you. And I don't have time for that. And as far as Kimmy wanted to separate herself from not being under the Scott's umbrella, that's not an issue. That shouldn't be a problem for you to feel a way about. It's okay for somebody to want to do their own thing while still being married to a Scott. Like, I don't know why y'all Scotts like to have this hive group mentality thing that I honestly don't like. And I just remember you telling her that you've been busy and she's been busy and there's no way you can oversee this project without needing a team. But both Marceau and Tisha said that Kimmy don't like to do anything until she reveals it on social media. Okay, she moves in silence. That shouldn't be an issue. You know what I'm saying? And you wanted to say that she is good in the real estate arena, but do you only can come up with the fact that she said it way back when she didn't want to work with you? Like, you don't think her mindset might have changed after that point? Like, that's some petty childish shit there. You want to hold on to something that happened so long ago and not wonder, maybe she is thinking differently. Maybe let me see if she wants to do it. People have the option to say yes or no, Tisha. It doesn't matter if they like you or not. I can say no, I don't want to, and you shouldn't feel a way about it. Whether or not you are sister-in-laws, like, it's fucking weird as hell. So at the same time this is happening, Kimmy is talking to Maurice, and she's giving him the rundown about what took place on Taco Tuesday. And both Tisha and Kimmy are operating on the fact that they were in the right and Destiny was in the wrong. How Destiny came in with this aggressive defensive energy, which is not true. Destiny was happy, but Tisha was setting up to make her unhappy, to gaslight her, to interrogate her about her behavior at the winery, but can't give a clear explanation as to why she's feeling some type of way. And how Tisha is admitting that she don't remember the things that Destiny might have said that she felt. And then Destiny is saying it's feeling like a gang up. And all Tisha can do is recall the time that Nell felt like it was a gang up. But that was the truth, Tisha. It was a gang up. You and Kimmy were ganging up on Nell, and the same way you ganged up on Destiny. I don't care how you slice it. I don't care if the circumstances was different. It's the same thing. Once you say something, Kimmy backs it up. It's a gang up. I don't care. Doing way too much. Okay? Then Kimmy is telling Maurice that Tisha put Destiny in this don't trust that hoe box. Now, Kimmy has this thing that she does with her words, okay? Now, she is saying that Tisha has had an issue with the things that Nell has said. So you want Destiny to defend what Nell has said against, you want Destiny to defend Tisha with what Nell has been saying. That's not Destiny's place. If Tisha has an issue with what Nell has been saying, then Tisha needs to address what Nell has been saying, not the other way around. Kimmy has a roundabout way of talking about how Tisha has had these loyalty moments, right? Where she hasn't said the words, but this is what she is expecting when she is feeling some type of way about somebody. She wants everyone to operate in that same fashion. In Kimmy's confessional, she's saying that as an adult, I will never tell another adult that they should not be friends with a certain person. But she don't see an issue with Tisha wanting Destiny to not talk to Nell. I was like, Kimmy, you literally gave her the green light that it is okay for Tisha to demand that nobody be friends with Nell, nobody talks to Nell, because she is not in a good place with Nell. That is some childish ass shit, Kimmy, for a woman of your age to condone this type of bullshit behavior. Like, for somebody who I used to like, You have become somebody that I genuinely dislike, Kimmy. It is ridiculous how much I really cannot stand you. I cannot stand your mindset. I cannot stand your thought process. It is like you have been taken over by the pod people, and the pod people are the Scots. Okay? It's fucking bullshit. And that's the problem that I have with these women. Okay? Y'all want everyone to be vocal, be transparent about their problems, be clear about their situations and their feelings. But if they demand the same things from y'all act like they shouldn't ask you. Y'all act like it shouldn't be something we should talk about. Y'all want people to recognize what y'all got going on and not tell you and not talk to you and not give opinions about it. But you can give opinions about everybody else. Fuck it. Fuck it all the way. Like, get out of my face. Tisha's doing that whole wanting to be a victim. Then she told Marceau that she put Destiny in the don't trust that whole box, right? And Marceau was looking at her like, are you for real right now? I mean, I did say I was playing though. And he said, T, you 43. Okay? People gonna do what they gonna do. All right? Like, he is literally saying, I don't have time for these problems you are creating in your relationships. I am not going to pick you up and praise you how right you are and how wrong they was, because I don't think I have the capacity to constantly do that, because I'm tired of that. I'm tired of you not recognizing your fault. I'm tired of you creating issues for everybody. I just don't have the time for this. I really don't. So then they talk about Destiny going to Detroit because she found her brothers and sisters, and everybody is included, the husbands too. They were like, what? Yeah, because when she told us about meeting her mom and her siblings in Detroit, she got emotional, and we were like, we'll be there for you, we'll support you, all this and that, the third. I honestly don't think that Destiny told y'all just to give y'all the opportunity to say yes, we'll come. I just think that she's one to let y'all know what she's been doing. Y'all invited yourselves to come because y'all needed scenes. Okay, y'all needed more stuff to talk about. Now, when Marceau heard about the trip, he was like, let me break this down for you. You want to go out of town with somebody you just said you don't trust. But then Tisha trying to defend this rhetoric. I was playing. No, Tisha, that's the problem that I have with you. You're never playing. Whenever you're being passive aggressive, you being funny, jokey, like, you really mean exactly what you're saying. The little jabs you're doing, you're not joking. You mean exactly what you're saying. I wish you could just stand on that. I wish you would just stand on the fact that you like being a paid little bitch and you like causing problems because you're bored with your life. I just really need for you to just stand on that, okay? You don't want to just say, I'm joking, because I want you to catch that I'm joking. I have a problem with you and I want you to catch it and fix it, because I'm not going to be a grown up and address it. I'm not going to let you know that I have an issue. You need to pick up on how I'm behaving and just know that I have an issue and know you need to fix it. Nobody has time to read minds, Tisha. Nobody has time to read minds. Like, I don't have time. It's over. It's done. I'm moving on. They're getting on my fucking nerves. It's a small scene with the Scott brothers. I mean, we saw a lot of Scott this episode. We got them over at their other brother's, Micah's house. He is about to take the bar, and they're excited for him. And then Maurice talks about his dinner with Kimmy, where he was talking about how he doesn't create quality time with her. And this entire scene pissed me off to no end, because Kim was just reflecting on the times that when they were dating, they saw each other a lot. He was in the construction field. He was using his hands, and they had a lot of quality time together. They talked a lot, and he ain't doing that no more. Where Kimmy is having a hard time getting turned on by him just wearing a suit. So he's just talking about being confused about what it is that she wants. And he's joking about it. Maybe she wants me to dress up like a contractor, someone that does carpentry work. And Marceau was like, why do you hate construction work so much? Why do you hate it? He said, I don't hate it. I am just past the point where I don't want to do it anymore. I can hire somebody to do it for me. Yeah, but it's simple to just have someone do the work for you when it'll make you look even more sexier if you decide to oversee the project. You know what I'm saying? You could wear a suit and roll up your sleeves and get to work. It's very easy. Micah was saying women like to see men create. There is nothing more attractive than a man that can lead and a man that can do it as well. Shout out to both Marceau and Micah. They were right. It is very attractive to see a man use his hands, a man that does anything with his hands. If he is mowing the grass, he's putting in the table, he's fixing the toilet, he's working on your car. All that's just fucking sexy. You know what I'm saying? And Maurice is a deer caught in headlights. All right, he is purposefully missing Kimmy's point. You know what I'm saying? Because Micah asked him, "You think that she wants you to quit your job and be back in construction?" Yeah, I think that's what she's actually trying to tell me to do. That is not what she's telling you to do, dumbass. She's pretty much want the same guy she was dating. She wants you to get back into that. And you're a boring guy wearing suits. You're a boring guy that's an attorney, which I still don't know what you do. Excuse me. And then I don't know what Marceau was talking about. Like, I got confused what the hell he was talking about. And then Micah says, "You know her best." But then Maurice still don't know how to answer this question. I don't know what she wants from me. She fucking told you. She wants quality time. She wants date nights. She wants moments where you guys are just being with each other that doesn't need to sex all the time. Like, why is that so fucking hard? She wants to still be courted and dated while being with you. At this point, from what happened last week, Maurice is over this relationship with Kimmy. Like, the work has been done. You've raised his son, and he don't see what else he needs of you. That's why he said once MJ leaves, we cannot find out whether or not we really like each other, which is some bullshit to say. You trying to convince him that he needs to be mindful of his words. He needs to have more thoughtfulness. He ain't had no thoughtfulness. He says what he says. He means what he says. Maurice realizing that the advice from his brothers isn't helping him out. I think that you just want to avoid the advice of what they're trying to tell you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you just figure out a way to show that quality side of you, then you'll get what you want, which isn't hard to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, it's easier to call somebody to fix something in the house. But you can also do something that's small around the house. You can create a little gazebo outside. You can put a barbecue pit together. Like, you can still do those odd end jobs around the house to still give me that sense that you are using your hands again. Because you used to be handy. You're not handy anymore. So then they discuss Destiny, about what took place at Taco Tuesday. They heard two different stories from their wives. And then how Destiny is a friend to everybody. She chooses different sides. Not true, because y'all done the same thing. But then we get to the Detroit conversation. How she's going down to Detroit to meet her siblings. And Tisha and Kimmy are going along with it. But it sounds to me that I don't think Destiny invited them. They are going because they want to be supportive of her. But how are you being supportive of her when y'all were going back and forth? And y'all put her in a don't trust that whole box. So now they're like, I'm confused with women. Like, why do women do that shit? It's weird as hell. It is weird. And Marceau wasn't even going to go because he's like, why should I go? I don't want to be in this mess. I don't want to be where women are good and then they're not good. I don't really want to deal with that. So he just pretty much wants to wait a while before saying yes and see how his brother feels. And that was pretty much the end of that scene. I don't have time for Maurice. He's just a fucking dumbass. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to get through this, man, because he is proving that his way is the highway. He doesn't think he needs to change. He doesn't see the effort that he needs to do in order to keep this relationship with Kimmy. And I don't think Kimmy is recognizing he sees no effort. He doesn't want any effort. He wants it to be over and done with. But you have to make the first move. Don't have time. So then we got Trish. This is her couple session with Dr. Francis. So then we talk about how Trish has put herself in the box to pretty much protect her safe space. And now she's ready to be uncomfortable. She wants to be in a safer place in her relationship. But Ken, he ain't here for it. Okay, Ken looked disinterested. He looked tired. He looked exhausted. And then, Trish was talking about in the beginning of their relationship, there were a lot of accusatory questions from Ken. Like wondering, where was she at? Who was she with? Are you for real right now? To be honest, though, I feel like, Trish, you came into the relationship being untrustworthy because you were still married at the time. So I don't think Ken was wrong for questioning what you had going on because you were still married. There's a possibility you might have messed around with Martell too. So whatever. Even though Ken, you knew she was married. Okay. So then he talks about how patient of a guy that he is. And there are times when they're having their arguments and she doesn't want to admit that she still carries her attachment to her ex-husband. And the things that she would be frustrated about, she would project it like Ken is him. Like she is still reacting to the things that he would do. But Marquez is not in the room. Ken is in the room. You're treating me the same way you treated him. And I'm not that guy. But then again, Ken, you knew what you was getting yourself into when you got into a relationship with a woman who wasn't divorced, who came from a traumatic breakup that wasn't a complete breakup, that did not end in a divorce. So you attached yourself to be part of a toxic situation she had with her ex-husband. You came in, defended your place, defended your reasoning for being there. So as much as it's wrong for Trish to accept a new relationship that she wasn't ready to be in, you was ready to be included in it. Now, Dr. Francis is trying to piece everything together to get an understanding, and then Trish ends up lying that she doesn't project her feelings onto Ken like he's Marquez when she just says she does. And she just defends the fact that she doesn't talk about Marquez. I don't mention him. I don't bring him up. Ken is like, I'm not saying you talk about him. What I'm saying is whenever we have a back and forth, you come at me like I'm him. You project on what you've been through with him onto me. And I don't appreciate that. Now, again, all three of y'all have played a part, as to how y'all brought this whole situation on this show and how y'all have all gone back and forth on social media. Okay? Now, Ken talks about how he's so healed. He's so transparent. He's so vulnerable. He knows how to regulate her emotions. To only look at Trish being the problem, and says that people enjoy the attention they get when they have a lot of trauma. And if you don't let it go, you are not going to heal. It's going to keep on resurfacing every time you get a new relationship. And I have to agree with that. I think Trish likes to be coddled and woo-wooed of the trauma she endured with losing her family, you know what I'm saying, losing her mother, her father, and her sibling, and losing her marriage. But you have to learn how to let that go. That cannot be your reasoning for having a hard time regulating your emotions, being communicating with how you feel. Because whenever Trish is in a room trying to express her feelings, she's like a robot glitching. Like it is information overload. Okay, she is so tight-lipped, literally and figuratively, that she just talks, but she can't talk clearly. She is not addressing something clearly. It's just mumbles. It just jumbles. It's never coherent. You know what I'm saying? And then the whole thing about them being in this toxic place. Ken said, I haven't seen you in 3 months. So why are you making it seem as if I've done this, I've done that? And then Trish made a comment that when she was at the gym, Ken would call. He heard some type of squeaking sound, assuming that she was in a bed with somebody else. He came home, removed the covers, like trying to catch somebody in the bed. I don't know. They were both throwing slugs back and forth. I don't know who to believe, to be honest with you, but I do agree that Trish has never been really clear about what she said and done. She's never really been accountable. She has lied about a lot of things. But Ken, you're not a victim. You know that she has a lot going on, and you still stay. To say she's a compulsive liar, but yet you still are willing to stick it out and be with her. Make it make sense. If she is someone you cannot move forward with in a relationship, why do you still stay? You guys aren't married. You don't have any children. I get you guys have like a fitness app coming up. That's the only y'all have together. Other than that, Ken, I don't see no reason for you to still stay in this situation. You should not have gotten involved with a woman who wasn't ready to be in a relationship, and you assuming you being Superman was supposed to fix it, and it wasn't. But I mean, that's it, y'all. I really don't have nothing else. This whole entire episode pissed me off to no end. Like everybody got on my fucking nerves. Okay? But y'all, that's pretty much all I have. Please stay tuned for my next video, and I'm gonna see you guys later. Bye.